wind of Kordofan carried with it more than dust. It carried despair. Across the dry, endless plains of the Sahel, the sun burned mercilessly, its heat a constant reminder of the famine that had choked the land. Where once fields of millet swayed, now only brittle stalks stood like gravestones for a harvest that never came. And in that vast wilderness of want walked Fatima, a mother whose only compass was hope and whose only burden was her child. Her feet were blistered, her body worn thin, but she pressed forward. She clutched her son, little Adam, no older than 3, close to her chest. His tiny frame was so light, she sometimes feared he might disappear entirely into her arms. His breaths were shallow, his lips cracked, and his eyes, once bright like the desert stars, were dimming with every step. For days, Fatima had walked. From one abandoned village to another, she had searched for scraps, a handful of sorghum, a drop of water, anything that could trick her child's body into holding on for another day. But the famine showed no mercy. The wells had dried, and the stores of grain had long been emptied by desperate hands. Even the animals were gone, their bleached bones scattered along the paths she trudged. Still, she walked, because a mother cannot surrender while her child still breathes. In the distance, word had spread of an aid camp, a place where sacks of grain had arrived, where water flowed in plastic tanks, and where doctors gave life back to the hollow-eyed children of the Sahel. Fatima fixed her heart on that promise. Each step was an act of defiance against death, a silent prayer whispered into the wind. Let me reach it. Let me save him. The journey became a blur of hunger and thirst. Her breasts had long dried of milk, and when Adam cried with hunger, all she could do was rock him gently and sing the old songs of their village. Songs of rain, of harvest, of joy. Songs that now felt like lies. The desert was cruel. One afternoon, the air shimmered with a mirage of water. But when Fatima stumbled toward it, she found only more dust. Her lips bled from dryness, yet she pressed on, whispering to Adam that they were almost there. Just a little more, my son. Just a little more. At last, one morning, she saw it. The glint of white tents on the horizon, the aid camp. Her heart surged with relief, though her body trembled under its weight. She staggered forward, each step heavier than the last, her knees buckling, her vision clouding. But the tents were real. She could see figures moving in the distance, hear faint voices carried by the wind. Salvation was so close she could taste it. She fell once, twice, and each time she forced herself back up. She could not fall now, not when the end of their suffering was within reach. Adam stirred weakly in her arms, his head lolling against her chest. His breaths were slower now, softer. Fatima pressed her lips to his forehead, hot as fire, and whispered again, "Just hold on, my love. Just hold on." But the body has limits, even when the heart refuses to yield. Just a few hundred meters from the camp, Fatima collapsed for the last time. The ground was hard and unyielding beneath her, but she could no longer rise. Her arms cradled Adam tightly, shielding him from the dust. She tried to cry out, but her voice was gone. Only a rasp escaped her throat. She looked down at her child. His eyes were half closed, his breaths now so faint they seemed to vanish into the silence of the Sahel. She rocked him gently, though her arms trembled with weakness. She sang once more, her voice broken and raw. "Sleep, my son. The rain will come. The earth will live again. But even lullabies cannot hold back death." In her arms, Adam's chest rose one last time, and then stilled. His small body slackened, his spirit freed from the suffering of famine. Fatima clutched him closer, her tears carving paths down her dust-covered cheeks. She could feel her own strength draining, the world around her fading into a blur of light and shadow. Yet she refused to let go of him. If this was the end, they would leave this world together, bound in the embrace of love, stronger than hunger, stronger than death. By the time aid workers reached her, it was too late. The mother lay with her child pressed against her chest, their journey across the wasteland ending not in salvation, but in silence.